Hi, my name is Heather Wood, and I am the owner of BodyLove. I created BodyLove because I wanted to help women feel better about and love their bodies. I specialize in helping women who are in what I call the motherhood circle. So that is women who are planning a pregnancy, who are pregnant, and who are mommies. So this video is about a concept that I came up with called the missing link. So if you're someone who feels unhappy with the way your body looks, but you feel really stuck where you are, then this video is for you. Because motivating yourself to work out and staying motivated shouldn't feel so difficult and yucky. And I'm really hoping that this information can help you to feel better and to actually maybe even be excited about working out and making that a part of your life and help you to get that body that you love. So the first thing that I want you to do is to ask yourself, why don't I have the body that I love? Why can't I make working out a part of my routine? And either take a second and write this down or just really think about it for a minute, because those reasons that come up for you when you ask yourself that question is going to give us a clue as to what the issue is that's really bothering you and holding you back. In speaking to lots of different women who feel this way, especially women in the motherhood circle, I came up with 3 categories of blocks that I find to be the most common. So chances are 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 of these is playing a part in why it feels so difficult for you. And if you can recognize what they are, that's kind of the first step in moving past it. And I've also put with this email an exercise that you can do to help start to shift your thinking away from those blocks that you have. All right, so the first category, category A, is a group that I call feeling guilty. So if I asked you the question, why don't you have the body that you love? If your answers were something like, well, I just can't find the time, I'm way too busy. Or if you're saying things like, I would just rather spend the money on my children or my husband. If you are a working mom especially, a lot of working moms feel like I work all day long and then I'm going to come home to my child and then go back out and leave. Or a lot of stay-at-home moms feel like, well, I'm not contributing financially to my family, or maybe I'm working less than I did before, so I'm contributing less, and now I'm going to go out and spend money on myself and time for myself when, maybe my husband worked all day and just got home. So all of these things are feelings of guilt. So taking time for you, spending money on you, makes you feel really, really guilty. This is the most common block that I see in mommies. This is definitely my category. This is what I struggle with. This is my block for sure. So if you are relating to this, then you have probably slipped off of your own priority list. So obviously when you become a mommy, there's so much to adjust to and so much change and shift in your life that it's okay and admirable that you put other people before you and their needs before yours, but yours still have to be met. And if you are in this category and you're relating to these things and you're feeling stuck but still feeling unhappy with the way your body looks, then the reason for that, the block that you have, has to do with your own feelings of worth. So if you can start to see yourself as a priority again, this is huge. This is going to make this feel easier. And you may never be the first priority again, and that's okay. You don't have to be at the top of the list. You just have to be on it. Because if you go down for the count, if you're unhealthy or unhappy, it affects all of those people and things that you do see as your priorities. Your children feel it and are affected. Your husband does. Everybody does. Your family, your friends. So if this is where you're struggling, the first thing to do is just recognize that you just need to put yourself back on the priority list. You are important. You need to take care of you. There's that saying on an airplane that the stewardess tell you when you're sitting there in case of an emergency. put your oxygen mask on first, and then you can help the children and everyone else around you. But if you stop breathing, you can't help everybody else. So it's kind of the same concept. And it's not an easy one. It's not something simple to just change your thinking with. It's something that you'll probably always battle and struggle with. But if you can recognize it and you can remind yourself that you're important and that you need to take care of you, and then if you're happier and you're healthier, then your children, your husband, everybody else, you'll be better at your job, you'll be a better mom. If you can start seeing that and start shifting your thinking there, it makes it a lot easier. So if this is you, if you relate to this, please start with the priority exercise. Hopefully that will help you shift your thinking. So the second group, the second category, is the category that I call defeated. So if you fall in this category, when I ask you the question, why don't you have the body that you love? Your reasons that you give me are things like, I'm too lazy, I'm too fat, I have bad genes, my parents were heavy, I got it from my great aunt, she was always heavy. You might say things to me like, well, I'll start a group exercise class after I lose a little bit more weight. You say things like, well, I have a bad knee, I have a bad hip, I have a bad ankle, I have a bad elbow. These are kind of the reasons that you give here. So what's happening in this category is even the thought of working out, especially making it a routine, is making you feel really anxious and taking you to a really, really negative place where, again, just the thought of it is making you feel really crappy about yourself. So obviously trying to motivate yourself when you're in this place is next to impossible. So really what's behind this and what's behind those reasons that you're giving me is that you just really don't think you can do it. And that's awful, and that's sad, and that's a terrible way to feel. And of course, how could you motivate yourself to try if you don't think that you'll actually be able to do it? So the first thing that I, recommend if you're feeling this way is to start becoming more positive about your body. You want to think about yourself and your body and using your body and think positive thoughts. And again, very much easier said than done, but you have to start somewhere. So I have the positive body exercise for you. It's just a good place to start. It's a good way to start shifting your thinking into what's great about you and your body, and instead of all of the negative that comes in when you start thinking about working out. But again, just acknowledging that you're doing this is key. I also recommend just start catching yourself when you're being really negative about yourself, even if you're just thinking it in your own head, and just, recognize it and just stop the thought when you see yourself doing it and you catch yourself doing it. Because the more you do it, the more you're going to be stuck in that negative, yucky place. This block I see as the most common block in women who are planning a pregnancy, especially in women who have maybe struggled a little bit to conceive. I also have seen this block even in mommies who maybe did try for a long time to become pregnant or had a little bit of difficulty, women who had some miscarriages or really difficult pregnancies. They start to really get stuck in this negative, yucky place about their body. So if this is how you're feeling, please start with a positive body exercise. I'm hoping that this can shift your thinking, or at least be the first step in shifting your thinking, so that when you think about working out and using your body and being in front of other people working out, that it doesn't feel so negative and so yucky, because that will make it much easier for you to motivate yourself. So category 3 is called All About the End Result. So when I ask you that question, why don't you have the body that you love? Your reasons that you give me are things like, it will take too much work to get to that end result, to get that, to that goal body that I want. You feel really overwhelmed at the thought of making working out part of your routine, your life. You get discouraged easily. So when you have taken those steps and have tried to make working out a part of your routine, when you don't see results immediately or very, very quickly, you tend to feel really discouraged and feel like it's going to take a super long time to get where you want to be. You are probably beating yourself up all the time because you don't already have a perfect body, or you feel like you should have had it sooner than you do. This category is really tough because women here feel almost like they're in this little vicious circle and stuck, because every time they think about working out and taking the steps to having a body that they love, they feel really angry with themselves and get brought into a really yucky negative place. So a way to start moving past this and getting out of that yucky little circle is to start seeing all of the other wonderful positive things that are going to come to you on your journey to having a body that you love. So the exercise that I have for you is the results exercise, and I'm hoping that this will start to shift your thinking and help you to really see the other benefits that are going to come into your life that working out will bring, besides just working towards the perfect body. Taking a time out for you and doing something for yourself is awesome and will bring you so much more than you can imagine. So if we can start to shift your focus away from that perfect body, that end result that you're shooting for, and start to just really look at the other wonderful things that are going to come to you, then that's going to help you a lot in starting to move past this block. So I hope this information was helpful for you. I hope this is something that you can use as a first step to shift your thinking and to make working out easier for you, not feel so yucky, and really make you look forward to working out and making that a part of your life. I'd love to hear your feedback with this. I'd love to know what category you fell into, what you related to most. So please email me and give me some feedback, and I would love to help you in your journey to having a body that you love. So please feel free to contact me at fitbybodylove@gmail.com. Thank you. Bye.